Hey, we are here with Gamebound, a little series where we play one-shots and short series of various sorts. And today we are continuing, hopefully will be, the end of our little romp through Dino Island. We're trying to escape. We'll see if it happens or if
Keyword being trying.
die horribly. We'll see. Last time, we didn't lose a character, so good job, everyone. Not for lack of trying. Certainly have some close calls there, but we had some cool moments. Brad did a lot of saving his own butt because Seth doesn't want to lose another character in this game.
Nope.
TJ was very helpful in squeezing into tight places and attempting at least to rewire a train. That didn't go so well. And then Jordan's character, Kurt, did a fantastic job finding a motorcycle and driving it past a bunch of velociraptors and then fixing a whole monorail. So that was really cool. There is also a Dinosaur after you guys, some sort of whole huge alien monstrosity of some sort. It's not really a dinosaur, kind of much worse than that. But I'm sure he'll never show up again. I'm sure you guys will just get off the island. No problem after this point, right?
Hands down.
Look, Here's the thing.
Real human hands.
Caleb, we could just get off completely safely. That's up to you.
Yes, I suppose. Well, I mean, to be fair, no matter what, you will have to roll your end roll. Even if I decided to just let you off the island right now, which I will not be doing.
Whoa, spoilers.
Sorry. It's kind of in the premise of the game. All right, so I'm trying to find the rule book and stuff and my notes. Gamebound. Yeah, here you go. So yeah, last we left off in particular was you guys had managed to make it out of the complex on the monorail, and you are now you almost got stopped by a Dinosaur. Puncture some holes in the top of the cab there, but the train car. But now you guys are whizzing along the rails towards freedom and safety. Here is our monorail right here. That wonderfully drawn line by yours truly. This map, can we take a moment to appreciate how artistically pleasing this map is?
I'm genuinely pleased with this.
Very good, very good. The complex is just like a bunch of tombstones, I guess.
Oh, I thought it was a Doug trio.
Yeah, it does like that too. Yeah. Microphone, my camera's off center, or maybe my camera's off center on here. Yeah, that's probably what it is actually. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of exactly. Yeah, you guys got your advance last time, which is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
You have one Compsognathus and are going to bring it to the U.S. military at the rendezvous point. So I think the idea is that you have like a flare gun for emergencies that you could send off or some way to contact them at the rendezvous point, and they will come pick you up as soon as you do it. The 3-day deadline, I think, was like we will be there at least by that point, and if you're not there, we'll wait around for a little bit, and if you don't show up, then we'll leave.
I mean, if they're telling the truth.
Yes, exactly. There is some question about whether or not there's something going on with the military at this point. So we will see. If I remember correctly, last move that was made in terms of, yeah, he jury-rigged the monorail. Or no, the last thing was like a bomb to get the Dinosaur off of your guys' train car. But you also, didn't someone roll a move about
the last thing we have is the jury rig?
I'm wondering about what we know about the rendezvous point. Okay, the last one you rolled. Yeah, so okay, we got TJ did a lay of the land to reveal the jungle and the monorail. And then Brad, you did been around the block on the helicopter rendezvous point, and you remember that it's challenging to get there, but you guys have solved that problem because of the monorail. So as it stands right now, things are looking pretty good for you guys. Unfortunately, this is a role-playing game. So let me take a look at what I want to have happen.
Unfortunately for you all, this is a role-playing game, and your real lives don't go this well.
Yes, I mean, we could argue about whether or not real life or a role playing game goes better for people, but I feel like that's more of a philosophical conversation outside the scope of our time here today. I think we're gonna move forward on because like the volcano was like erupting too. Yeah. Okay. Just taking a look at the. Okay, so let's have a moment of respite here. You guys are on the monorail, whizzing along the track. What do we see from you guys? Like, are you just resting? Are you anxiously pacing? Are you trying to scavenge materials on the monorail? What do we see?
Brad is probably kind of like pressed up against the side of it, like looking around, like hoping that we don't get seen. Doing my best not to draw attention.
Okay, I mean, I feel like you doing anything on the monorail isn't really going to matter as much as the monorail itself being the thing that's moving. But yeah, sure.
Yes, but we're talking about him. He's like, I'm so close.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, this is just Seth speaking at this point. Seth wants his character to survive so bad. Okay, yeah, so you're keeping out of the way. So if someone does happen to see the monorail, they won't see you on it. TJ, Kurt?
If someone happens to see the monorail, they will see me on it because I am like Titanic style.
Riding a stride. Incredible. Okay.
That's probably why I'm hiding, because I'm like, nope, they're only gonna eat one person on this.
I'm holding up Emily's character. I'm holding up the kid.
Let me go!
Let me go!
I did not consent to this.
Don't drop me.
No, I think I'm just playing with my toy dinosaur.
Right. Yeah. That's probably the opening shot we get, right? Is like that. Yeah. You know what? I think the opening shot we get is like some like dinosaur creeping through the jungle, and maybe me jumping out at a group of people that we don't see all the way yet. But like we get shots of like people walking through the forest. Maybe a couple of them have guns. It's not entirely clear. But then we are getting a shot of like the side of a big T-Rex looking thing, and it's slowly creeping, and then right like never end. People scream, and then we hard cut to right the little dino toy screeching from TJ, and Brad is kind of huddled up in the corner of the monorail. And Kurt, what are you actually doing, Kurt? I assume you're not actually Titanicing.
What makes you assume he's not?
I unmuted I muted my mic, thinking I unmuted it, and I was about to start talking, so that was almost tragic. Instead, I just explained what I almost did, because that's better somehow. I think what I'm gonna do is, I like the idea of like trying to look for things around here. I'm starting to get the hunch that this island, and with the US military and everything, like things aren't as they should be.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see if I can find any, like if there happens to be any evidence on here that's incriminating, and also start working on a contingency plan.
Okay, yeah, sure. So the move that we have here says, when you and another hero take a quiet moment to search for useful objects or information. I think you probably have to choose one. Are you trying to get a contingency plan going, or are you looking for information?
For now, looking for information. I don't need a contingency plan if I don't have a reason for it.
Sure, yeah. So you're scrounging through the monorail. In theory, this was like whoever was living at the complex used this. So maybe you're hoping to find more information, like how they got destroyed, and whether or not. Because I mean, you did find U.S. military's like C4 stuff in the complex, so maybe you're wondering if there's more hints that the military may have already been here, and didn't tell you. Yeah, go ahead. So Kurt, you actually have already done all your stories.
I know.
Is there I assume the other two characters haven't. You still have stories to tell?
I've only told one story.
I'm an old man. Of course I've told all my stories.
He's the only one who hasn't died yet.
Yeah. Brad, you have a good clever, right? You have at least a 1 in it, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think this is probably how we'll frame it, Jordan. You probably are, you would trigger this move, but because you don't have a story to tell, well, I assume that you're going to ask Brad for help. You have to ask someone for help no matter what. So
you're not going to ask me?
You could also ask TJ, but one of the other characters will have to tell a story.
I don't know if I can read, so that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. So I assume, Kurt, you go up to Brad and tell him what? Like what explanation you give him for why you want to look around the monorail?
Wait, sorry, you talking to me or Jordan?
I'm talking to Jordan.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What does Kurt tell Brad to try to get him to help?
So I think what Kurt tells Brad is, I've been having some suspicions about this whole ordeal. You seem to be very, anti-government, and I can respect a good revolution, but that seems maybe not in our best favors. What exactly was going on here? What is the government's involvement in this?
Give me a sec. Let me double check what all I know.
Mm-hmm. Should be in our messages.
Yep.
So again, up to you how much you share, but
I think I shared most of it.
Yep.
You know what? I skipped over this detail last time. Maybe I'll do that.
I think I know what you're referring to.
You just sit there, oh, sorry. What did you ask again?
Basically, why are you anti-government, and why, really, why, what is the government trying to do here? What are they trying to?
What do you know about that?
Okay, I'm gonna tell a story. It won't make sense until after I'm done with it. I was like, well, you saw what it was like here. Well, you saw what it was like here. There were people living here. There was a community. There were people living amongst the dinosaurs. However smart idea that was.
There were children.
There were children. I mean, clearly that one's been around here for a while. And the government just left them to die.
So... Yeah, but why though?
That's a great question. Well, you didn't ask why they left them. You asked them why I'm mad at them. Believe me, between you and me, when I get back, I'm gonna look to the person who hired me and give him a piece of my mind. Figure out what the heck happened here.
And then
that's the person I hope to be reunited with.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering if you were actually telling a story. Yeah, okay.
Oh, I was. I just needed to.
Yep.
Work it around.
That works. Yeah, so I mean, you could have some follow-up thoughts on that or questions, but it does seem like we're ready to make the move whenever.
Yeah, I mean, I think the obvious question is well, why did they do this? Why did they create this and then leave him here to die?
So Seth, you would know that they didn't create it.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like it's a different group that lived here, and the expedition you were on with the military showed up after the fact.
Mm-hmm. But I know that they just left people here to die.
Yeah, things started going. As far as you know, I don't think you know whether or not the military started it. I think your assumption is they didn't. But they certainly made things worse by their reaction to the breakdown of the complex here. So however you would like to share that with Kurt, or keep it to yourself?
I would have just kept it like that. But maybe weave that into that. They came here, they saw these people, they made a community, and then then they ditched them when things got scary.
Yeah, so the U.S. military showed up here. There was already an existing complex.
Yes.
And then when things...
Oh, wait, there was
started
an already
going-
existing colony.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. I don't think you
Okay,
heard.
sorry. I missed that part.
Yeah, it wasn't them. So you showed up here with the military, and they were already here.
Okay, I misunderstood that in my reading.
And then things started going wrong, and you saw a couple of points where like the military was like trying to take advantage of it, and basically just having a very bad, immoral reaction to this complex falling.
More reason to dislike them. They came, found a previously existing community, and did what they did.
Yep. Did what the U.S. military always does.
Trying to become dinosaur king.
Yes. Well, duh. Did you think I meant something else?
Dinosaur king is what they want to be.
Yeah, exactly. It's always been the goal of the U.S. military to make good mutant dino soldiers.
Isn't that the president's song? Dinosaur King is
what we want
be.
to be. That's what I remember the lyrics being. All right, go ahead and make that roll, Seth.
I thought it was Jordan make the roll.
No, because he's already told his stories.
Okay, so
I'm too old to roll.
So
Yeah,
what role am I?
I don't know if that's explicitly what the rules want us to do, but I want to give you guys a chance to tell
Yeah.
more stories, right?
And which role am I rolling?
Clever. It was the scavenge. Oof. All right, you find something bad. Ooh, okay. I think I have an idea for this. Let me double check my notes.
I find a booger. Just big dinosaur loogie.
All right. So you guys are picking through the monorail, and you're trying to find evidence that, like, some of what happened exactly with the complex and the military. You find one of the cars is filled with dead bodies. And they are probably like picked through like skeletons at this point, mostly decomposed / eaten, right? It's just like the scatterings of bones that would be left in a human jungle environment that after predators had gotten through them. But like there are like dark blood stains in the car. Still clothes on some of these bones, very obviously from anything you've seen from the complex people. These are them, right? And it looks like they've been killed, and they were killed a while ago. When Kurt and Brad, you guys are clever and have knowledge about various things, and I think probably it was Brad who notices like bullet holes in some of the bones, right? And you do see one body that looks like it might have once been a U.S. military guy, but again, the bodies are very decomposed, very like the bones are scattered. It's definitely hard to tell more than the basics here. So you find that, and then I think you see on the U.S. military guy, there is actually a radio, probably clutched in his bony hand. Maybe it's ripped off at the elbow, away from where his body is. But you do see like an old radio on his clutched in his fist, skeletal hand. So it's obviously it's been out of batteries and not working for a while. But Kurt, this is kind of your thing. You could get it working again.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fix it.
And I think you can just do it without a roll. Like we're in safety right now, and
Okay.
this is something you can just normally do as long as you're not under pressure.
Okay.
So I think you take a little bit of time and fix up the radio, and as soon as you turn it on, it's already hooked up to a frequency, and someone is speaking on it. It takes a little bit to like turn up the volume and make sure that you're hearing everything correctly. But when you hold it to your ear, you hear, and it's malfunctioning slightly still, so you're only hearing part of this, but you hear, "Evac on hold. reassess viability of secondary objective. Termination protocols acceptable.
That doesn't sound good.
That doesn't sound good.
I probably actually know what Brad probably actually says is, here we go again.
And as you say that, Brad, you see one car down. Like the car is kind of open. I think the door's been ripped off, so you can see straight into the next car. You see a little like military drone type thing, and it's like it's the 70s, so this is like a very high tech looking thing. And it has like a camera on it, and it is floating in the next car, and you hear it, and then it whizzes off into the jungle.
Do I have a chance to try and shoot it with my dart gun? With my
sure, you
rifle?
could shoot it with a tranq rifle. I suppose if you hit it square on the camera or something, or you might be able to do something.
This is the 70s. It's not gonna be taken down by a tranq rifle.
Yeah.
And here's what I said. That
spear
doesn't
at
sound good. Here we go again. It's like that hurt. That. Oh no, he's never mind.
Yeah. So doesn't seem good. And I do think that we will. I'll press things forward too with another move here since you did fail. I think. Where's my stuff here? TJ, we go back to you for a second, and you're. I think at this point maybe looking out the car window, and maybe have your dinosaur like up on the ledge right next to the window, right? Suddenly, the jungle kind of seems to flicker around the monorail, and a stretch of terrain that you're looking out on briefly reverts to what looks to be burned jungle, and then all of a sudden it's like an overgrown ruin where there wasn't any building there before. Maybe there was like a mound of stone, like weathered stone, but then it's flickering through these images, and you blink and like rub your eyes, and then it's gone.
There's something wrong with outside.
Something wrong with outside.
Of course, there's something wrong with outside. There's dinosaurs there.
I go check
no,
on
like
the outside.
like the outside part. There's something wrong.
I go and check on it to see what I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old eyes.
So you don't at first you're not seeing what TJ saw, right? Like maybe he describes what happened and as best he can as an 8-year-old. But you watch for a while, but you don't see anything. And then all of a sudden, Brad, you feel like you have like a ringing in your ears, and then some blood just starts trickling down your nose.
I need that inside me.
You're right.
Why is it leaving?
You don't know. You feel really weird though.
Great. That's also not good.
But yeah, I think you guys are about like halfway, maybe 3/5 of the way to the helicopter rendezvous, and the monorail slowly comes to a stop. Whatever last bit of juice that it had in it, whatever last life the technology had, it has been spent, and you're gonna have to. You could probably just walk on the monorail at that point, right? But you're no longer going to be able to go fast. You guys just like make your way down the rail on foot.
Making our way down rail, walking. Not fast, just walking.
Walking slow.
Walking, normal-ish.
CN fire out the window. You like DJ just did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, is that what you do, or do you try to pick anything else from the monorail? Things are starting to feel weird.
I think we form bone spears from our bony friends over there.
Okay.
And
I
bone
don't,
armor.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
And bone constructs.
Yeah, necromancy.
computers.
The bone house.
Yeah. Okay, there's not that many bones.
There is when I use the duplication glitch.
Whoa, didn't think about that, did you, Caleb?
I walk backwards
No, I
against the
didn't.
back of the train of the monorail, and I
You clip through
hop
the
and
world and
jump.
fall into the volcano.
Oh no,
Oh no, you didn't take into account the glitching through the world.
that's the wrong glitch, Jordan. What you do is you pick up a bone, add it to your inventory, and at the same time as you add it to your inventory, you click the drop button so it adds and it drops at the same time.
Yep. You die. We patched that, and now you just die if you try it.
What a patch.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if a game developer did that? Like some glitch, and then you patched it, and if you try it, you just kills your character.
That's just so petty that
That'd
it's
be
kind
so
of
petty.
funny.
Yeah. So you do you stay around here? Do you pick your way down the rail on foot?
I mean, I think we continue on foot. If there's nothing else that we can get here,
Yeah, probably unlikely. I don't think you can roll another scavenge.
yeah.
Like I think if you would try to do that, you would stick around, and then something bad is going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Like you won't have long enough in safety yet. But yeah, you can start picking your way down the rail.
Yeah.
So you don't get too much farther before, and I think maybe you're even like just getting out of the monorail, the train. We see Brad like hop down first, and then help Kurt and TJ down onto the rail. And by the time TJ has just about when TJ puts his feet onto the rail, suddenly the ground starts shaking.
Oh,
Oh no.
What do you do? And it's not like a T-Rex shake. It's a right.
like
See,
earthquake
something's
or
wrong with
volcano?
outside.
What do you do? Do you make a run for it? Do you go back into the train? Do you stay there?
I want to do an intelligence check.
There are none
I
of
just
those.
I just want to know if it's like, is this an earthquake? Is the volcano happening? Is it doing its
Probably a
thing?
combination of those two things. Yes.
Can I hide from the earthquake?
No.
Hide
I
from
don't
Mother
like
Nature.
it here. I wanna keep going and leave
We're
where we
trying,
are
kid.
right now.
I think we
I-
could probably have a moment where Kurt like looks at the volcano and you see that it's erupting again, and you're like, yeah, the seismic activity going on this island, like things are bad. You know this because of your research on the island itself, that like you're like something is destabilized and things are gonna get bad. And so I think you can tell that like if you stick around here, earthquakes are not good for structures. So you could try to just run down the rail. You could try to get off the rail.
Yeah, I think we want to get.
But then you'd be
off.
jumping into the dark jungle, right?
Let's
I
run
think it's
down the
nighttime.
rail.
Right? I think it's the middle of the night actually when we.
In the middle of the night, I was walking on the rail. Yeah, let's just keep running down the rail.
Want to do that?
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the dino sleeps tonight.
Does Kurt tell? Does Kurt inform the other two about the possibilities here?
Yes.
This is definitely something that Brad hasn't experienced on the island.
Yeah, I'm like, so volcanoes going off, earthquakes probable, very likely, and if we stay out, if we jump into the dark, deep jungle, we'll probably get hurt as we jump down. Also, it's the middle of the night, so we'd have to face dinosaurs. However, if we stay on this rail, we will potentially face the collapsing of the rail if the earthquake is severe enough. I suggest we run as far away from the volcano either way.
Did you have to use so many words?
We could have already been running.
I heard the word run, and then I just start running.
Taken down off on the rail. I like the idea that like both TJ, yeah, as soon as TJ heard run, he just starts running. And then Brad.
I imagine what it is. He says volcano explosion. You can get the view of him just saying all this. It's like, we should run. He turns around. We already ran.
yeah. You both of you are already taking off by the time you turn back. Yeah, I like it. Okay, go ahead and that makes sense though, because I think Kurt has to be the one who rolls this because he has a -1 in fit, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're gonna roll to run. So go ahead, Kurt. This might be where Kurt dies.
Oh, you
Whoa!
freaking kidding me?
Great success.
Oh my goodness gracious! Do you have a wound right now?
Yeah, I have a spruce.
Incredible. Okay, yeah. So you escape to a safe location. This means all of you guys do, right? Yeah. Okay. So I definitely think like I was going to describe that the rail starts breaking, right, and splintering. This big stone edifice just starts cracking, and the rail. You see the rail, the train behind you like collapse into the jungle, right? As part of it goes down. But I do think that probably what happens is you guys you're still running down a rail that is collapsing, but it ends up being this like really cool movie scene where kind of like Mines of Moria style, where you kind of ride the teetering, like you end up in the middle of one of the pillars, and the other two parts of like there's like a crack that goes through the rail, and so you're on a piece of rail that is being supported only by that one pillar, and it starts kind of teetering back and forth, right? And you guys manage to balance as such, right, as you're running down and doing it carefully enough that like once it kind of tips down, you can just slide your way down to the bottom into the jungle, right, without like getting any damage done. So this is kind of this cool little scene where you gotta kind of end up rolling into the jungle, but you are now in jungle. But you escape to a safe location, right? That was the thing. So there's no immediate dinosaur activity. It seems like the jungle is quiet. So you guys can start picking your way through the jungle.
In the jungle, the quiet jungle.
And maybe we get a moment where all,
still alive.
exactly. Maybe we get a moment where like you guys are waiting for that other shoe to drop. You're like, there's a dinosaur going to eat us at any moment, right? But the more you slowly creep through the jungle, the more you get a little bit more comfortable, and you're like, are the dinosaurs all just sleeping? Like, are we okay?
I'd probably just go, Kurt, if you're gonna sing that, I think you should sing it quiet so the dinos don't wake up when you're singing it.
That's very fair.
It just breaks in the.
Or not. I don't know. I'm just a kid. I'm 8.
Yeah, so either way, it is going to still be difficult to get to the helicopter rendezvous, just like through the jungle. What's your plan? Are you just going to pick your way through the jungle? Or are you going to try to find something else? Seth always has you could always do lay of the land, and then Seth could do his move to like tell you stuff about it. If you think there's like something in between here and there that you could stop at first, some sort of shortcut. Up to you guys how you want to.
At what point are we of the monorail? Are we like over here?
Yeah, here I'll mark it. I'm thinking.
Like, have we just crossed this line?
Right here, basically.
That's exactly where I pinned.
Nice. I didn't even see.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's right about there.
Wow.
So yeah, based on your guys' abilities and moves and stuff, or character, or the way your character would go about doing things, how do you want to get to the helicopter rendezvous? Just walking there is probably not going to be ideal. Eventually, something will happen. So having something.
Did you guys see anything on the way here that was near the helicopter pad?
We could have someone do lay of the land now.
Well, because if they can think of anything that's near the helicopter pad, I can say been around the block and get us there by clever. Someone would have to roll lay of the land to mark things on the map, or you would have to just keep wandering until you found something. I think the only one who can do lay of the land though is TJ. Because I can't. Well, or if I could, it doesn't make sense for me to do it because I'm the one who's like saying who knew the way to get there, but it was dangerous.
Well, yes, but now you could be like, okay, well, guys, I do know this one place right here since we're now in the jungle, right? I think it makes sense that Brad could be the one who starts telling a story, and then we get he gets to a vantage point and then tells people about what he sees. Go for it.
I mean, I have a story ready if you don't have anything.
That
I could use.
What would you be rolling?
It's clever for lay of the land. So
what's your clever?
My clever is 1.
Oh, so it's the same.
Same as TJ.
How many stories have you told? Does it matter how many stories we tell?
Yes, the more stories you tell, the better your ending will likely be.
How many stories have you told, Em?
1.
You can go tell a story then.
Thanks. Okay. So this is about an explanation of some oh, I thought it was something baffling adults do. This is an explanation of something baffling to adults. Okay, so we'll go to the most annoying thing your parent does.
Okay.
There we go. We'll change it. So actually, guys, I've been on this thing sometimes because sometimes my parents, we were supposed to just ride on this thing. I don't really know why, but we would take all day and I wouldn't be allowed to bring my toys and we'd have to go all the way down on the ride and then we'd have to walk all the way back. But we just kind of like, I don't even know what the point of it was. You'd spend all day. We'd ride down. On the way back, we'd like stop at different points, and I think there was a place that we used to stop kind of close to here, maybe, where we got to stop and eat a snack and drink some water. But it was so ridiculous. I didn't really get the whole point. We'd just go somewhere and then turn around and come right back. It's. Why would we do that? Do you guys know why we did that? Nobody? You don't do adults just do those things? That's a normal adult thing or no?
Yeah, it can happen, TJ, but if you know where it is and we go there, maybe we can figure out why they did that.
You see, when a man loves a woman very much. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm kidding.
Okay, maybe I can find one of the nice places we got to stop and eat a snack.
Go ahead. Roll lay of the land.
Oh,
Nice.
I
Starting off strong
certainly
here.
can. Okay, one natural and one man-made.
Mm-hmm.
Land.
So here, let me find the options that it gives us in the book here to help out and maybe give you some ideas. Oh, here it is. So for natural, we could do let's see, ones we haven't done before. Swamp, cave, mountains, open ground, volcanic crater. You're a little while away from the volcanic crater, from the volcano.
Maybe just like open ground.
Sure.
And we'd have our little picnic there.
Yeah, that makes sense. The things it says here as the base description is tall grass rustling, derelict basketball hoops, or soccer goals. So yeah, it could even be like a little, like it used to be part of the complex, right? They had this little cleared ground to play soccer in or something dumb like that, picnic area. There's a park here, right? But it's been overtaken by the jungle. Cool. And then, let's see. For artificial, it had aviary, pens, power shed, radio tower, river outpost, smuggler's den. Obviously, I guess I could choose these, but
yeah.
But I'm happy to hear your guys' input. I'll draw the little open ground.
Caleb, you don't have to draw it. You can just copy and paste it on over now.
Open ground?
Yeah.
Where did we do open ground before?
I mean, isn't open ground one of the things down below? No, it's not. Never mind.
Oh, did you? Oh my goodness, Jordan. You are a blessing. I love you. There we go. We have some grass here. Jordan outlined. Oh no, I messed up. Try that again. Jordan outlined all the little symbols down there for us. It's very nice.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa. Oh, I thought they were just red.
Nope, they were originally black. And
I was doing that this whole session. Nobody noticed anything.
Correct.
Because I wasn't scrolled down.
Anything changed?
Yeah, I'm like so zoomed in that I don't even see those.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Stuck that entirely under the radar.
It's incredible.
I'm like, I need to pay attention, but I have a mission and my OCD is like activated.
Love it. All right, I'm going to start kind of fiddling with this map here, but
will you give Jordan bonus points for that?
No,
Just
I don't
he gets
think so,
extra credit.
Sorry.
Jordan, I
let's
think you should erase all of it. You're not getting anything for it. What a scam.
It is a little bit of a scam. You're right. Yeah. Do we have a thought on what could be here?
Sorry, what were the options again?
For man-made, it was aviary, pens, power shed, radio tower, river outpost, or smuggler's den.
I mean, I think a second radio tower could make
Yeah, that's what I was
sense.
thinking. This makes sense to me.
And then, like, maybe that's why me and my parents had to go because we had to go
A
like
second
check on
radio
the other
tower has
radio
hit the
tower.
session.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, here probably radio tower should be a little bit further on. That's probably like towards the end of the monorail.
You're the only one who got that.
Cool. I like it. Yeah, so those we know where those are on the map now. So Seth, if you would like to roll anything like your move to tell us something about them, you feel free to do so.
Well, actually, I'm confused. So TJ knows where it is. So can we get to it with him or? Oh no, when someone mentions a specific location for the first time, roll clever. If you've been there, regardless, tell about the time you've been there.
Yeah.
So is this just rolling clever to see if I can get there then?
Yeah.
No, because wait, no. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay. So okay.
Yeah, so once TJ tells his story about like these places, you're like, well.
So what was there again? There was the open ground.
This open ground and where they stopped like to have a picnic, and then the radio tower where they like at the end of the monorail.
And the problem with getting to the monorail was what again?
It wasn't a problem getting to the monorail. It was you mean getting the helicopter rendezvous?
Oh, the fact that the fact that the monorail was broken.
Monorail was broken, and there was just jungle in between there and here.
I have a theory about who sabotaged the mission and why.
Yeah. Glad someone does. Because I certainly don't.
See, the thing is, the tricky part, the challenging thing to get there is just the fact that it's dark and there's dinosaurs. Like, is that just the obvious one?
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, the easy way to get there was supposed to be the monorail.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. So I just that's great, TJ. It's just it's still a ways of a walk, and it's dark, and there's dinosaurs.
We have to stay quiet because they're sleeping.
Well, then let's start going.
Okay.
So we head off.
Sounds great.
No. Anyway, my fan theory is that it was totally Greg.
Greg sabotaged his own parachute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the entire mission was I think Greg is an inside man. Like
That's true. I guess we never saw him die.
He sure isn't an outdoorsy guy, so
it's totally like an inside job, and Greg actually went there to put a stop to or really to like make sure that nobody ever found out and to make sure that Brad wasn't able to get away. He was actually the evil brother.
Whoa.
Anyway, now that I've said it, it can't be that.
But that's just a theory. A Greg theory.
Thanks for Wong.
Gosh.
So yeah, where do you guys want to attempt to? Do you want to attempt to go to one of those, or both, or?
I mean,
I think radio tower, right?
what I was thinking, we might as well.
Yeah.
Do you want to stop at the open ground at all, or just go past it?
I mean, if we have snacks, if I don't see a reason to stop there if we're not going to have like picnic time.
I second
Yeah.
this.
It is the middle of the
Um,
night, so unlikely to have picnic time.
Yeah.
Unless
kind
we're
of-
going to have nap time.
Yeah, that's one way of thinking about it.
I don't think we're
Although-
having nap time, TJ.
Yeah. How does sleep work as a mechanic in this game?
I don't
You just have to get to a safe place, and then we skip forward.
Do we think the
we
grass
could do.
is safer on the other side?
Well, in theory, right, there might be like a monorail station next to that open ground, because if they stopped there,
Yeah,
there might
that's
be a
true.
building you could stop in and head there.
What do you guys think? Should we try to go there to find a place to stop and rest?
I
Right
mean,
now, we're in open ground.
also, it seems like there's nothing mechanically bad that happens if we don't sleep.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
So, I mean, I just think we just don't need to sleep.
Okay, to the radio tower.
All right, cool. Let's head there. See, what does it actually give us for moves here? Because you're trying to head there. Yeah, let's. So I think probably at one point you, like, eventually you're going to have to deal with the environment, right? Specifically maybe dinosaurs or whatever else, right? So I think probably what we need to do now is maybe have someone do a just do it to, like, and the idea is like you're creeping through the jungle and trying not to alert anything and just getting there as quickly but as carefully as possible. So whoever has the lowest steady.
Come on. I have a
It's
-1.
It's one of us too. Either one of us. I also have a -1.
You don't instantly die if you fail this roll.
I'll roll it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All those good rolls meant I was going to fail.
I'm glad you took the sword for Emily. I appreciate that. Very
Well,
nice of
if I would have rolled it, it would have been a success. So,
Yeah.
Gotta keep the game interesting, you know? All right, let's take a look here. I have all sorts of things that can happen. So I do think I think you come across. Yeah, I should probably just look at this one here. What does it say for this? Yeah. Just there's lots of options here. I'm trying to think of what is the most interesting to throw in.
Whichever one involves a lobster.
Let's
So-
have it be.
Amanda, the Amanda Show court.
Yes. I forgot about that. Bring out the
Bring in
lobsters.
the dancing lobsters.
I
Oh,
think
man.
I don't think you know immediately what it is, but you, Brad, I will start with you. I think you get the sense that you're being watched. That's the
Yeah.
first thing that
Pretty
happens.
typical.
So what would be your response?
Everybody be quiet.
You stop in the moonlit jungle.
Something's out there.
You hear rustling in the brush nearby. Large rustling. A tree creaking. Anything you just said got cut out by Zoom. I assume you said I'm scared, but it still cut you out.
I'm scared.
It's still cutting you out, but that's fine.
No, Zoom hates me.
It didn't cut any of that out.
Oh my god!
It's just because of the having like the whisper voice. I think makes Zoom think it's just like white noise or something.
Wow, I'm scared.
No, it doesn't sound like it
Emily
anymore.
said calmly.
I think you're just angry at this point. Yeah, so TJ says that, and what do you guys do? You can always make a run for it. You could try something in advance.
I could hide.
We defecate our.
You could just head out.
Just individually, you hide.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, he has a move for this.
Wow.
Well, you guys can just turn around and Brad's just gone.
If you try and hide, I'm gonna go, I need your help, you specifically, and you have to help me.
Come protect me, Brad. The old man can't help me. He's too frail.
Exactly.
Yeah, keep that in mind. As long as TJ's around, that is something that can break your stealth.
Yeah. You have to help me if I ask for it. Because I am a child. And I'm scared.
So
Just remember, if we cry together, we die together. I think, therefore I am.
Kurt has a philosophical awakening.
Of course.
I understand the meaning of life. And then a dinosaur steps on you.
Yeah. You're like, yep.
Yeah, don't start talking about how you're going to be retired as soon as this mission is over, or else you're never making it out of this island alive.
I'm like, oh man, I have so much work to do when I get back. I kind of hope I don't make it back from this mission. I haven't filed my taxes yet.
Smart, playing reverse psychology on the universe.
Yeah. Turns out I still die, and then I still have to pay my taxes in the afterlife.
Yeah, because there's nothing more sure than death and
taxes. Yeah, it's death and taxes.
Yeah, it's in that order specifically.
Yeah.
Did I stutter?
So you thought you could get away from this?
Yeah.
You poor mortal fool.
The first thing you see when you get to hell is Uncle Sam.
I want you to pay your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And clip it.
And clip. Yeah, there they go.
I would like
You take too long, it's going to have the dinosaur
we don't know
attack
what
you.
it is. We don't know what it is that's watching us.
No,
right?
it's big, but that's all you know.
I mean, I think we just keep going, guys. Stuff's always watching, you know?
You're the one who said you're scared.
Yeah.
I think we keep.
I'm always scared. I'm 8.
I think we keep going cautiously, but I want to turn on the radio as low volume as I can.
Okay.
An idea.
And just like try to listen for anything. See if it's giving off any signal or anything.
Okay. How about you roll just do it again? Ooh, nice. Okay, so you turn it on and immediately a loud...
I literally got the lowest possible roll.
Immediately a loud jarring alarm noise goes off on the radio, and somehow, like, it doesn't matter that the volume is so low, it just starts screeching. And for a split second, Jordan, the frequency that it's giving off reminds Kurt of the same frequency you heard in the back of your skull when you were down in that tomb and saw that purple device. And then you start hearing shouting and gunfire happening on the line. And then the radio cuts out. But of course that's enough because standing in the the moonlit jungle is a enormous dinosaur, bigger than you've ever seen. So it's like Brachiosaurus diplodocus type dinosaur, but like at least twice as big as they've ever been depicted in like Jurassic Park or whatever. It's like a massive dinosaur that you're not even sure. Like it feels like the sort of thing. Like it's like almost a Tarrasque levels where like you feel like you should have like seen it the moment you got on the island because of how big it is. Like it seems enormously big to you. Maybe it's just because you're right below it. And it tries to step on you.
I see it and I shout, Gojira!
Yeah, exactly. No, it's legally distinct from Gojira.
Legally distinct Gojira!
Yeah, exactly.
I saw it in a meme of some sort.
Yeah, it's from a movie. So, you see big, giant brachiosaur type things. But you see
Things, there's multiple of them?
Yes, there's multiple of them. You see one at first, and then it just becomes absolute chaos as they just try to start trampling you. They start like rampaging through this jungle here. Their eyes are glowing red. You can see it like this. You're not sure how, but you can see this like burning redness in their eyes. Almost supernatural looking. And everyone's gonna have to do something. I think it's just probably run, right, to just get out of the way of like the giant footsteps.
Yeah, I don't think hiding's gonna help here.
Yeah, no, there's nowhere to hide. It's
Somebody
all running.
grab me and help me.
Oh,
I would like
Nice.
So,
Well, there you go. I mean, Seth just rolled run.
Yeah.
Like, he do you have the lowest fit though, Seth?
I thought you said everyone had to roll.
No,
Sorry.
no, it's the person with the lowest fit.
You said you're all gonna have to do something.
yeah.
Yeah, but like I assume you're all running. If you want to do something else, that's fine.
I would do could I use that for take my hand instead? Just use that roll since I already rolled it.
Is it the same?
Yeah, I would just roll it for fit instead.
Well, what are you trying to do?
Do take my hand to grab TJ.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The roll would
And
be
then
the
it
same.
would be a full success because I add.
Yeah, he has a move.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and roll that again for us, Seth.
Okay.
Roll it properly because it tells us things.
Wait. Yeah, fit. I rolled lower.
It's fine. It's still full success.
Okay.
Yeah, because he just like makes it a higher
Okay.
rank. All right, cool. So choose one. You two are separated from the group. You solve their problem, but create one for yourself.
But
No, it's a full. Remember, it's a full
Sorry, it is.
success.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Let's take a look.
we can just keep rolling, take my hand until we get it.
No, it's fine. I can look at it right here. On a hit, they succeed with your help. On a 7 to 9, they have to choose one. Oh yeah, so you just succeed, right? So Seth, Brad, you take TJ's hand and just make a break for it. And we just see giant dinosaur footsteps just slamming down into the jungle, destroying trees, like crushing everything in its wake. And you guys are barely escaping every huge step as you make a run for it through the jungle. Kurt, you're gonna have to make a run roll or something else yourself.
I want to see if I can jury rig this radio to either A, explode, B, destroy, it's like either A, make it explode, or B, like distract these dinosaurs in a way that's like, oh, go chase that thing and throw it.
Sure, you jury rig it to like make them go away somehow.
Yeah. I guess it would be like jury rig to like make the device do what I want it to do and then look over there.
Yeah, that makes. Well, look over there for someone else though.
Can you make it play backwards? And then instead of being angry, they're happy.
Again, you could attempt something like that. That sounds like the sort of thing that Kirk could try to do. So yeah, go ahead and roll jury rig and see if you can wire it correctly or figure out what the right frequency to play. Okay, yeah, choose one. You'll have to take apart something else. I don't know if there's anything else to take apart, really. It won't last long, or it'll take a while. It won't last long is probably the best you could do, I think, in this situation.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what else you could take apart, and it'll take a while means you get stepped on.
Yeah, I just don't have anything else at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll have to be. It won't last long.
Cool. I'm gonna have you roll just do it then to actually get them to go away, right? Like it is going to do what you want it to do. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. So, trying to think of how to fail forward here. I don't want you just to get stepped on. That would be boring. Let's see what else. Knock something down. I think. Okay, I think this is what happens. It works for now. It seems to work, right? You reverse the frequency or do something, right? Like to try to do the Bizarro version of whatever that frequency was, right? To get them to go away. And they seem to react to it pretty strongly. And they kind of spread outward in every direction away from you as the epicenter, right? And you're maybe like just huddled like with the thing in your hands, like, please don't stop me. And Seth and Emily, your characters are long gone at this point, like off into the jungle somewhere. So I think you guys are separated for now. Kurt, once you kind of get a hold of yourself again, and like your fear like fades, and you kind of stand straight again and look around. The frequency seemed to have worked on those dinosaurs, but has attracted something far, far worse. You see the Xenosaur directly behind you. It opens its mouth in some weird anaconda distended jaw like fashion. Kind of hangs down, drooling. The drool seems to hiss and sizzle like acid. What do you do?
Well, can I take the nuclear option?
What does that move tell us?
You know how to craft a powerful bomb. When you build one, tell the group just how powerful it is and how it's triggered. The DM will tell you how long it will take to build and what you need. When the bomb is triggered, roll plus clever.
I mean, I'm not sure what you even have on you to make a powerful bomb at this point.
I have this tiny radio that's doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, I probably either way, I probably am gonna throw this radio in this thing's mouth and run.
Oh, by the way, we forgot about little Charlie.
Charlie's here with me.
Are you just holding on to Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay. We can maybe just say you just tucked him in your satchel and his head is poking out.
Yeah.
So sorry, what were you saying again? Like you're just hoping to use the radio somehow?
Well, I'm gonna throw the radio in its mouth and then I don't know, throw it in the acid or something. Maybe it I don't know.
It's just a little radio, like a handheld radio. I don't think there's anything. Like you can trigger the move if you'd like, and you would tell the group just how powerful it is and how it's triggered, and then I would tell you how long it will take to build and what you need. But I guarantee you that you don't have the materials on hand right now. So you're gonna have to deal with what's in front of you first.
And look over there is for saving someone else.
It is, yes. So yeah, your options for just normal get out of the situation moves. You can run, you can hide, you can fight. Those are basically your three options.
Of course I'm gonna fight. No.
Because the other ones just don't make sense, I think, in the context here.
You don't think run or hide?
No, I'm saying run,
Oh,
hide,
okay.
or fight are the
Okay.
3 that make sense.
Well, hide makes the most sense for me.
Sure.
I click the radio off so it stops making any noise.
Okay.
And I hide.
Where do you hide? You're in a very trampled part of the jungle now, mostly filled with giant dinosaur footprints.
I am going to go and just quietly, slowly, just go into one of the footprints. I'm just
Curl
gonna
up.
kind of crouch down in it, cover myself with a little bit of mud, and pretend that.
I don't think
Because-
fictionally you can attempt such a thing. You'll have to come up with a better argument for how you could hide from this Xenosaur that's right in front of you
I
than that.
I would like to make the argument that I think that this Dinosaur is like it doesn't have any way to visually sense things because we have not had. I don't think we've had any scenario where that's been the case. I think
Okay.
it found us because of this crazy noise that it made with the radio, and that's why it's here now. And maybe it has some weird, like, magical psycho powers. But
All right, I guess this roll will decide that. I think that's a good enough argument to attempt it. But yeah, if I think you think this is true, and if you fail, it's just not true.
well, if it's not true, then I mean I don't have any other choice anyway.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, go for it. Oh, you're lucky. All right, it either can't find or get to you. So obviously it can't find, right? Like you're correct, right? It can't. On a 7 and 9, someone else is exposed. If you stay hidden, you'll be fine. Okay, so it's gonna go after Brad and Terry then, right? Do you let this happen?
I mean, what else am I gonna do? I can't not let it happen.
Though I guess it does say if you're alone, the DM will offer you a different hard choice. I think you technically are alone right now.
Okay.
They already ran for it. Let's see. Hard choice. So on a hit, it can't find you. You're safe, but sacrificing little Charlie is boring.
Can I propose an idea?
Sure, yeah.
Maybe I think that I have to sacrifice little Charlie, and as I'm about to, then I have to try to look over there to try to save little Charlie. So I'm like, I'm safe. No,
that seems like it's negating. It has the possibility of negating the way you. I think as long as you take my hard choice, you will you cannot be found by this thing.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what the hard choice is though. It's like, let's see, it's just the Xenosaur's right there. It was staring at you. You were making the noise. You turned off the noise, and then slowly crept into this hole. And again, most of the time, it just goes staring at you guys anyway, right? It's just watching and whatnot. Yeah. I think we'll do this. You are crouching in the footprint. You are hoping that you are correct about your theory. The Xenosaur walks right up to you anyway, but doesn't attack you. Instead, it leans down with its distended claw and points its little claw. It's like the edge of its nail right against your forehead. And you get like a brain enlightenment moment. It speaks into your mind somehow. And you learn a bunch of random things about the island in like flashes. So you see a race of proud tall ape-like creatures. They look remarkably like Bigfoot to you. Ruling over this island long ago. You see them living in harmony with the dinosaurs. You see their royalty being buried in ancient tombs. You see them worshiping at the feet of this giant, like, purple device obelisk thing. You see time pass and the ancient civilization fall, and it's unknown exactly what happened, but like something happened maybe with the device. Yeah, I think you see like something went wrong with the device, and the dinosaurs started attacking this ancient race, and they had to imprison it. They entombed this device with the last prince of their kind, right? And his body would protect it forever in the catacombs. You see a group of idealistic scientists and visionaries find the island after much searching, and they make a perfect society, a utopia, living among the dinosaurs. You could maybe call it Dinotopia. And unfortunately, they unearthed the device. They splintered off a piece of this giant gemstone or something that was encased in that tomb, and brought it to their station and began using it to genetically modify the dinosaurs for their own ends, right? They made the perfect servants, the perfect guardians. They made the island their own, and yet the power of the device slowly corrupted and changed the dinosaurs in ways that they could not predict. Then the U.S. military arrived, and their desire for power, and they see this device, they figure out what it does, and then they take it, right? And that conflux of negative emotion and bloodshed that happened with that device flipped a final switch, and the island, either the island or the device, and it's still it's very unclear, like the secrets really behind like what this device even is and what it means. Not really relevant. But like something switched, and the island decided that it would destroy everything, right? Like the island itself is the same thing as the device. You're not sure, right? Like there's some connection there, but something bad started happening, and the island itself decided, this is the last time we will appear to mankind. We will forever destroy, like we will disappear forever and never be seen again. This is all too dangerous. And you know that you have a very limited time before everything's, the whole island disappears for good in catastrophe. And then you see, you see a horrible experiment gone wrong. A person spliced with the DNA of a dinosaur, and a bunch of other things added on for good measure. But sentience was part of this package. But with sentience comes awareness, and awareness of the cruelty of existence, especially this existence, was too much for the Xenosaur, and it could not control itself. It sought to kill everything in sight, and then was chained. It has since come to grips with its own reality, has even moved beyond normalcy to psychic awareness, some sort of psionic powers. It is rapidly evolving, and so are the rest of the dinosaurs. And this device, which a piece of it, I think maybe towards the end of the time of the complex, either that piece that they were experimenting on got destroyed or returned to the catacombs in a vain attempt to stop what was happening. Either way, you know that the only way to truly stop all of this, and it is the Xenosaur is asking you to help it, is to destroy the device once and for all. Because even though the device is like causing all these problems, it thinks that like it's not actually trying to destroy the island or like get rid of things. It's trying to. There's something about time is involved in here as well, right? Like it's been locked in time forever, this island, which is why there's dinosaurs roaming around and stuff, and why there was like weird ape Bigfoot creatures. It only appears every once in a while, right? So this again, most of this is very confusing to Kurt, but like he's trying to piece together the disparate threads as these images are flashing through his mind. And you basically know that like unless that device is destroyed, this escalation that's happening on the island will not truly mean it'll be something far worse than just the island goes away. The island going away is actually a bad thing, at least in the way that it's currently headed. Like the catastrophe it's headed towards is something bigger than just island goes back to being unfindable. So yeah, that. I mean, with your move, right? You need to build a bomb and destroy that device.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get a flash, and then the Dinosaur just like looks at you with pleading eyes, and you can see it's like it is a thing to be pitied. Its entire existence is cruel and horrible, and every moment is pain. Like, yeah.
So I suddenly hear in my mind, Edward.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it just says, Kurt.
Yeah.
I think it says this out loud, right? It says, Kurt.
Yeah. Okay. So first thing I do is I like sit up. I hold up Charlie. And I like
Charlie says, Kurt.
I like take I don't know. I assume maybe I have like a pocket knife or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I chop up Charlie's.
I guess technically you don't have that on your character sheet. So
well, it says I have a toolkit.
Okay, yeah, sure. You can have a
and like
pocket
screwdriver,
knife
duct tape,
yeah.
etc.
Yeah,
so I chop off Charlie's head. No.
Oh. Goodness gracious. You got me with that one.
Didn't expect that.
No. And for a split second, I believed you, right? Like that was the part that threw me.
I did not.
I was like, what weird plan does he have right now? Sacrifice to the Dinosaur. Starts worshiping him.
No, I cut off the tape.
Mm-hmm.
And I like set Charlie down to the side. And I think Kurt says, I assume that all of the things that I need to build this are in the lab.
Yeah, I mean, certainly not here.
Right, but
on the aircraft carrier maybe, or on anywhere like the lab, something like that. The radio tower might have some stuff there.
So I think did he give me a name for himself? Is it literally just Big Charlie?
No, I think if he had any name that he gives you is probably just Dinosaur X. Like that's how he knows himself as. It's probably just X.
Yeah. Okay.
Just so the letter X is kind of what he sees himself as.
Okay. So I think Kurt says, X, I'm going to need some supplies.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to just trigger your move and then we can figure out what we need?
Yeah. Well, I roll plus clever when the bomb is triggered.
Right, yeah. But when you build one, tell the group just how powerful it is and how it's triggered. So go ahead and tell me that now, and then I'll tell you the rest.
I'm thinking that it is powerful enough to take out the island.
Mm-hmm.
Like nuclear, just wipe out this whole thing.
Mm-hmm. It's the 70s, sure. Got to get some uranium, but yeah.
Well,
I'm sure the military brought some just for kicks and giggles.
I'm also thinking like I don't have to make it crazy powerful if I can make the volcano do half my work for me.
Okay.
So if I can create some sort of bomb that is a like a catalyst that like multiplies the
Catalyst for like the
volcanoes.
seismic activity,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. How long it will take to build and what you need? I honestly think that with the knowledge that the Dinosaur gave you, you'll need some basic materials. Maybe some that you could probably even just get at the radio tower. Like you'll need to just like scavenge for some basic stuff. But honestly, you think you can make the device itself, like that in the catacombs, do most of the work. I think
Okay.
you think it's all about frequencies for you, right? Like something
Okay.
like the radio tower, I think is the place you want to go because you want to figure out how to like amplify and reverse and modify frequencies to make that device do what you think it can do, and become a catalyst for destruction.
Okay. So
Yes, let's say this. Let me back. I was I'm just spitballing while I was giving that Dinosaur vision. Let's make clear that I don't think the device itself wants to destroy the island. It wants to evolve the dinosaurs and like take over the world, right? Like it wants to do something along those lines, right? Like it is creating a race of terrible monstrosities that will then destroy everything. But
so
the
it's
island
lava.
itself. The island is not trying to destroy itself. It's just the volcano and stuff is just a side effect of the craziness of everything that's happening. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to pitch the device into the volcano like the One Ring.
Yeah, I don't know if that would work or not. At the very least, opening up a river of lava underneath it might. Like I don't think you can move it is the problem, right?
I see.
Yeah. At least not in the time you have.
Fiery.
But yeah,
Okay.
cool.
So action plan: get to the radio tower, figure out the
Yep.
frequency things. Then I run to the volcano and try to set this off.
Okay, yeah.
And then I have to figure out how to get off the island.
Yeah, well, one thing to keep in mind here is like you will not likely have the time to go walk back across the whole island. So securing that helicopter is probably your best bet.
So secure the helicopter and do it on the way out.
And fly the
Yeah.
helicopter over to the volcano and check whatever this thing is in or whatever,
Yeah.
Pull a Top Gun maneuver of, okay, you have to pitch at a certain point, drop it down, and then get around the volcano.
So just a reminder, the main thing you need to do is you need to have whatever device you're making here interact with the weird purple thing underneath the catacombs in those ruins.
Right.
So you don't need to go to the volcano. You need to go to the device itself. So you can't just like chuck something into the volcano. But yes, a helicopter, securing that helicopter is probably your best bet for doing what you need to do. Just because of travel times.
Okay, so then we're going to have the helicopter outside of where the device is.
Yeah, you'll have to take the helicopter to the ruins and then climb your way back down.
And then
make a run for it.
ruins.
Yeah, and then make a run for it back towards the helicopter and then fly out of here. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I say here's what I think we need to do, and I explain this, and
Are we together again?
no, I'm explaining this.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying this to X.
Got
X. Yeah.
And then I say, you likely know this island better than I do. Do you know do you know the quickest way that I can get to that tower? This is me partially hoping that I get to ride X.
It leans down. It leans down. Yep. So I think this is what we get. Okay. So Brad and Terry, Brad, TJ, you guys ran through the jungle, right? Being, running away from these brachiosaur things. Eventually you get out of their main kind of impact zone, and then one of them does run past you as it's running away from Kurt's sound thing. But eventually you do get to a point where you can slow down and try to take stock of where you are and whatnot. And you're taking a moment, you're like, oh man, Kurt's dead, right? You're like, there's no way he survived that. You're waiting for him to catch up to you, and there's just nothing. And about the time you're about to just say, okay, he's good as dead. And then Brad's like, okay, we still got to get to that helicopter because we got to get off this island. That's when you guys hear the, what do you guys do?
Probably try and hide.
Yeah, I think you can just do it, right? You guys duck behind a big boulder, and you're waiting,
and you see the Dinosaur come into sight, like as you peek around this boulder. And for a moment, you just see the Dinosaur because of the angle or whatever, right? But then I seem you hear like, yeehaw, or something dumb like that, right? What do we see from Kurt?
I imagine like this whole time Kurt has like I said it before that he has like that explorer cap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're frantically trying to hold it. Yeah.
I've got it like in one hand. Good show, X. Good show.
Exactly. Yep.
I don't know how I would take that.
I honestly, I think we could probably hard cut from that moment to you guys have caught up with everything that's happening, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think the Dinosaur is just with you for now, right? I think we can just assume that everyone's been caught up and you guys are at the radio tower now.
Can we take a quick break? I need to go to the bathroom.
Sure, yeah, that was a good place to do it. All right, stick around. We got more Escape from Dino Island after this. I know I just kind of like dropped a lore bomb and I needed to try to wrap up this whole thing somehow. So here we are. Stick around. We got more Dino Island right after this.